How is a buyer's agent compensated? That is a great question. And beginning August 1st, 2024, there have been some major changes in the North Carolina real estate industry, mainly pertaining to the way that agents are paid. And so one of the things that we did see with this new change with the NAR settlement was that realtors are no longer able to advertise the compensation for the buyer's agent. And so that's why this conversation is critical. When you are meeting with a realtor for the first time and they are to help you with finding your new home sweet home, that will be one of the questions that you will need to discuss with your realtor in ensuring that they are compensated for the value, the services, and the expertise that they are bringing to the table to help you unlock the door to your new home sweet home. All right, so there are 4 different ways that a buyer's agent is compensated, and it's actually broken down into 2 different categories that we are going to discuss today. So the first category, and I'm bringing this information to you from my home buyer's guide, but the first category is how a buyer's agent is paid if a seller is offering compensation. So the first part is if the seller is offering a compensation to the buyer's agent, then the buyer does not have any responsibility for paying the compensation for their agent with representing them and helping them from start to finish through the home buying process. That's number 1. All right, so the second option is if the seller is willing to pay the buyer's agent commission, but they're only offering a portion of that compensation, then you and your realtor will discuss what is the appropriate compensation for their services, value, and expertise, and you will pay that difference of what the seller is willing to pay and what your buyer's agent is bringing to the table. All right, so those are the first 2. If a seller is offering compensation, you either have the seller is paying flat out for the compensation or the buyer's agent is going to make up the difference. So the second category is what if the seller is not paying a buyer's agent commission? All right, so this is another 2-part series. So if a seller is not paying a buyer's agent commission, the first option is when you and your realtor are preparing the terms for your offer and trying to decide on what terms to present, you can include your realtor's buyer compensation in that offer. So you'll present the terms of the offer and your realtor's compensation will be included in that offer. So that way, if you and the seller are able to come to terms, then that means that the seller will be able to take care of your buyer's agent compensation. The second part of this process, if the seller is not offering compensation, you try to negotiate the seller to pay that compensation. And if the seller is not budging on offering compensation for the buyer's agent commission, then it will be the buyer's obligation to make sure that they are paying for the services, the value, and the expertise that their realtor is bringing to the table. So that is it in a nutshell of how a buyer's agent is compensated. And if you have any questions about how to navigate this new market, don't hesitate to call, text, or email me to make sure that your questions are answered before you begin your house hunting journey. Alisha Askew, your trusted and dedicated realtor in Charlotte, North Carolina.